Hi, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to start the Spring Boot simple project using Angular. I'm going to the backend. I am going to use Spring Boot. The front end I am going to use Angular to develop the professional project. Right. So first I am going to go to the Spring Initializer. Right. Here I am going to configure my project. Click on this link. Select the Maven. You select as Maven. The default come as Groovy. You select as Maven. Jelani Java. You have to select as a. I'm going to select as this one, right? Okay, snapshot. You don't select the snapshot of these things. Okay, you have to select this one or this, right? After that, we have a project name. You have to give here as you have to give the package name. You have to give the project name as Spring Project. Select the version Java 17. I have installed Java 17. You have to select the, you can check the version. Java version here 17. Right. After that, we have to add the dependency. Click add dependency. Here first I'm going to add as JPA. Second dependency I'm going to install the MySQL dependencies. Third one I'm going to add dependency of web dependencies. These three dependencies are must. Right. In order to configure the project, generate. Now your project has been generated successfully. Now I'm going to this project, Spring project. I am to put into this E drive, G drive, paste it over here. Now I'm going to, if you are not to install the IntelliJ application, you must install the IntelliJ application. Go to the respective website, IntelliJ idea. You have to install them. This is the professional editor which you have to write the Spring Boot application. That you have to download them. This is a must. Right? You would go to the respective website and download them. After that, if you install them, after that, if you are use MySQL and we are connecting the MySQL as a database, you have to go to the MySQL workbench. You have to install them, right? You have to install them. This is the things you have to install. These are the tools you have to install them in order to develop this project. MySQL workbench and IntelliJ, right? Okay, these two things are we need, right? After done the MySQL workbench, you can have a, this is the icon. Click on open it. Here you can see here. This is simple dashboard of MySQL. It is opening. MySQL dashboard. Right, it's open on. Okay, here when you connect the database, you have to provide the username and password while you install it. Okay, right? That's the username and password you have to set into the Spring Boot application, right? In this database, right? Okay, right? So let's do the Spring Boot configuration. Right now, I already installed the IntelliJ application. Now I'm going to bring my project to here. So how to bring? Go to the open. So here I have copied. I not yet extract the file. Right click, extract files. Oh, okay. The file has been extracted. Now I'm going to open on the IntelliJ application. File, open. File open. Here I'm going to go to the Spring project. You can see the Spring Boot Spring project in our G drive. Sorry, this is F drive. I have put into my G drive. Right, Spring project. You can get that my Spring project. This is a Spring project. Don't click this folder and open. You have to select the folder, expand it. Inside the folder, you have to open the application Trust project, this window. Now you have to wait until all the dependency get installed. What are the dependency we have set it? Spring Web, Spring JPA, and MySQL. Those are the dependency which which get installed inside the form.xml. Okay, here these are the dependencies, right? You have to wait, right? This dependency we need in order to do the project. This dependency is very required, right? Now it will be begin installing. We have to wait until the installation is completed. Now here my project is dependency installation completed. Now let's expand the project. Go to src main Java. Here you will be able to see the main method. Okay, this is the package defaultly created in Spring Boot. You can have a main method. Now here I am going to create the relevant packages. So select this first package, right click, new package. This one I am going to employee controller. The employee controller, first package. This package, it has the class which is it has a class here created as employee controller. Controller class. Right. Now this package, let's rename it as controller. Let's rename it as controller. This one. Okay, we don't need the employee controller. We just select as employee controller. Controller. This is right. Controller. Inside the controller package, we have a class which is a employee controller. Now I'm going to create another package which is the data is coming to DTO. This is a DTO. Third package I'm going to let me create all the packages. DTO entity which is the part which will be communicated with the database entity. After that service. All the implementation method will be worked under the service. After that, we have a service, all things are there. After that, you have the repo. Right, that's it. Now, first, what I am going to select the controller. It has a employee controller, right? Employee controller. We have a define the first one should be the REST control. We have written REST control, so you write REST controller. After that, you have to write the cross-origin, so you have the cross-origin. Third one should be, these are the annotation is must. REST. So we have a communicate with the RESTful API, so we have to implement the annotation which is a REST controller. The cross-origin which will be communicate with the front end with back end, we need a cross-origin. Right? It will confirm, it will be, this is our request or not. Okay, we have a two requests. When you connect with the front end and back end, there will be the two ports are running. Okay, the Angular there it's a 4200. This is the different port. So we have to throw the cross origin. We have to write this. After that, we have to write the third one should be our request mapping. Request mapping. You have to write request mapping. The efficient way to write like this: API /v1 mean version 1 / employee. Right. Perfect. Now here, first what I am going to do is we have to implement a save method. So we write public string save. Right. Here, what you are going to do is save method. It is save. We have to write save. We have the profession date employee, save employee. Right. So here what I am going to do is, here we have a request body. We have a request body. Request body. Right, request body. After that, we have a employee save DTO. Employee save DTO. Right, employee save DTO. So write employee save DTO. We haven't implemented that. We haven't created it. We will be created later. Right. Okay. Now here we have to write string ID equal. You have to write the service, right? So you have to write employee service dot. You have to write employee service dot add. You have to add you have to write add employee, right? So we have to pass this employee detail. Right. We haven't created yet, will be created. Right. So now what you are going to do is after that we have to return the ID. Right. Now here the DTO I haven't created yet. This DTO, the record is coming via the DTO. So that the DTO get the record and put into this object. You have to throw it into service. This is a service. You have to service. There will be the add method. Right. Now first I am going to create the DTO. Right. So the DTO, select the DTO. Before that we have to create the entities. What are the entities we have to create? Right. First, click, select, new. You have to write here Java class. Here you have to write here the entities. Right. Java class. You have to write this one should be the employee. Right. Employee. You have to implement the annotation entity. Your table name equal table which is a employee. Here you have to write implement the variable. So it's a private int employee ID. After the private string employee name. After that private string employee address. After the private string, this one should be the int mobile. You have defined the variables. Now what you are going to do is after that, after defining all the everything, you have defined the entities. We have a ID. That's right. This is ID. It's ID field. After the ID, it should be our primary key. You have set the primary key. So in our database, we have created as column. You have created here as you have defined how to create in database. You have given here in here, right? So you write employee. This is the efficient way to create in database. So to provide the length, length, you give as 50. Right. This is the thing you have to create in our name. This is not very name. Right. The same thing. After that you have to write generate value. You have to write generate value strategy. We have select as strategy. Generate type dot auto. You have set as auto. What's the problem? Sorry, this one should be the annotation. You didn't give the annotation. That's right. That's a generate. That's it. This one should be type generate type auto. Right. That's it. Right. So this one should be the this is a auto generated. The ID should be auto generated. The column in our database we have to create as employee ID. Right. So the same thing column we have to set it here. Employee name as employee. This one should be the name. Right. After that address we have set here as like this one. Address we have set as employee. Second one should be the employee name. Employee address. Character should be 80. After that, you have set another thing is that say this one should be a employee mobile. That's the thing here. Now let's save all. Select this one. But first you have to set as a constructor, generate constructor. First you have to get all the parameters you have right. Second one is a non-constructor. Right click, generate constructor. So the third one should be the generate. Set all get and set methods. You have to implement all the get and set method. After that you have to string. You have to write the right click. You have to write generate toString. You have to call it toString. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Simple. You have to define the same entity. Right. Perfect. This is the called as entity. Right. After that, what I am going to do is this all things we have to delete. After that, what you are going to do is you have to do the thing is the entity we have to created. After that, we have to create the DTO. This is a DTO. We have to create the DTO and everything here. This employee DTO. Right. DTO creation is very simple. Right. Follow the step. This is how you have to save the data into the database. Right. This is entities. The data is coming via the DTO. So DTO. Say the DTO. First you have to create the DTO. First one. Employee DTO. So create 3 different DTO. Employee DTO. Second DTO we have to create as first one is employee DTO. Second one should be the employee save DTO. DTO. Second one. Third one should be the employee update DTO. Update DTO. These are the 3 different DTO we have created. Right. DTO, we are nothing do anything else. We just copy these things, paste it over here. Just we have to import in the values only. These are all things we don't need. Right? We don't need anything else over here. Just get rid of this all the columns and all. Right. Now here, what I am going to do is select this one. Right click, generate constructor. You have to implement all the constructor. After that, select generate. We have to write the constructor, non-constructor. After that, we have to write the get and set method. The DTO. So write get and set method. Generate the same thing. Get and set method. Now the string method. Right click, generate the string. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay, we get all the values. Right? Okay. Second one is a save DTO. So I just copy this one. Here you have pasted the save DTO. Here, what you are going to do is the ID should be auto increment. So we don't need the ID. So rest of the column we need. So we have to get rid of this line. ID is auto increment. So we don't need to save the data, right? So when you view the data, we need the employee DTO. When you save the DTO, we need the save DTO. When you update the data, we need the update DTO, right? We have each operand followed by different DTOs, right? Now here, generate constructor. Just a thing. So what are there, right? So the second one should be, here we have tried the generate constructor, so non-constructor. After that, we have to get the get and set method. Generate, we have tried get and set method. All things you have to write. After that, you have to write the third one should be our generate the toString method. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Right. Okay. Now here, now you can see this is not error. Here this one is a one problem. So here we have to write the data is coming. Your control we have to write the save DTO, employee save DTO. You have to do the path. So we have created this one. We are in DTO. So it asks the path. Alt plus enter key. Here the message will be telling if you have to import the employee saved DTO. Hold on the shift key down and enter. Press enter key. It import the class. This class will be imported over here. Now the problem is over. Right. Perfect. Now what is the value of type on the front end? It's coming through the DTO and passing the value. Create all the things are coming. Employee name. Sorry. This one. Save DTO. Employee name, address, and mobile number. It passes into here. And it is passing to here. Now I am going to add the record via employee service. Right? You have to pass the employee service. You have to get the employee service and add the records. Right. Now what you are going to do is, I am going to go to service. Here I am going to create the two service. Right? First one should be the employee service. That is not a class, that is interface. It's called as employee service. It's an employee service. It's a class. Interface. Interface only the method. Okay. Interface has another class. Employee service IMPL. Okay. Now the employee class, you can see here, this is employee service. You can see the employee service. We have to inject. Okay, we have to do the inject. Okay, so we have right here AutoWare. Right here we have to import the annotation AutoWare. We have to click AutoWare. AutoWare. We have right here private employee service. Here, service. Service, I have a spelling mistake. Service. You have to correct them. I don't like to leave the spelling mistake. So I have to write here V refactoring. Again, I am going here employee service. Employee service. Get the object employee service. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay, this one you have to come here. Right? So this is the employee service. We have a employee class, employee service. There is this object you are getting. Okay, this class you are getting here. You have to create the object employee service. You have to throw here. Now this the record added into a employee service. So it has add method. We no need to create here. Select here. Here there is a dice symbol. It asks create the method add the employee in employee service class. You have to add this one. Now here the method is created. That is how easy it is. It's very simple. Right. Now after that, you have to go to IMPL. We have to implement the employee service. So you have to write the implements keyword employee service. Right. Now if you import it, you can see here the employee video is telling to the employee service IMPL to add the data. So you have to go here, click on this. There's an implement method. It asks the implement method. What are the methods? Add the employee task. Click on here. Here it implemented. Add the employee. We have to get all the data via the DTO, save DTO. Here we have to add the data into the database. Right. So here we have to bring the action. Right. So how to do the things? Right. So first we have to do the things via the repo. Okay. So here we have what is the form data we have to equal with the database column. It will be passed into the repo. Repo is the part where it will be communicate the entity to add the data to database. So what you are going to do is here we have a repo. You can see that this is a repo. You can see the repo. Okay, repo. Here, right. The repo. Right click, new. Here repo, which is an interface, not a class. So this one should be, you have to write here as a employee repo. Employee repo. This is an interface. not a class, interface. We have to implement the interface. After that, what you are going to do is the interface extends JPA repository. Important JPA repository. Now we have to get the data to where the entity. We have to the entity. So what is the entity? Which is a employee entity, comma integer. Integer means here we have this one should be the integer type. So we have tried as an integer over here. Repo. That's a repo. Sorry, here repo step. Right. So here we have to get this class. So select this one. What plus enter key. It import the class. Perfect. That's the thing we have to do it. We have to add the annotations. This is the you write at enable JPA repositories. Second one at repository. Right, perfect. Right. Now third one I have to do it. Now we will be able to see the implementation part. Now here we have set the repo as well. Now we have to add the data into the database. Very simply, we have to get them add the data into the database. First, we have to write the method, which is here method is there. Now here I'm going to go to add the repository. You have to add this one. So try out add this one private employee repo. Right. After that, you have to write here add method. You have to write employee equal new employee. Here write here employee save DTO dot get employee name, comma the same thing I just copied and pasted here. Second one, employee, what are the values here there? Get employee name, get employee address, comma employee DTO dot get employee mobile. Get mobile. We'll check. Sorry. Say DTO. So get mobile. These are the fields are there. So this is the fields are there, right? Get employee. Say DTO, get employee name, get employee address, get employee phone number, right? That's the thing we have to. What is the error mean here is, here this is the DTO variable, the DTO data we have to set into the entity to add the data into the database. So here the employee entity, so you can see here this is the constructor along with the ID. So we have no ID, so we have to create another constructor. We have to create another constructor only without ID. Then the problem will be solved. Right. Now you can see here the problem has been solved. That's it. That's the thing we have to do it. Now here you have to add the annotation here as service. You have to add the service annotation. That's the thing you have to write. After that, what you are going to do is you have to write the repo, employee repo. So you have to write the employee repo dot save. You have to write this one, this employee. You have to pass it here. That's it. After that, you have to write return employee dot get employee name. You have to write like this. That's the thing you have to write. This one we don't need. That's the thing you have to write. That's how we have to add the records into the database. Right? Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save all. Go to the application properties. Here we have to configure the database connection. Application property, you have to paste this code. So you have to employee cred, this one should be the cred application. this is the project, employee Spring project. Here server port I am going to set 8082. The Spring JPA update. This one you have to first create the database. It will be created as create. You have to write here MySQL driver. Your database. I am going to create the database which is I am going to create as you have to create DB. You have to write DB super. Your name is DB BMS. This is BMS, DB BMS. This is the we have created some database name DB BMS, right? Okay, this is a database name. Here root is your username, password is a root 123. This is the database name. Password I have set it while installing the MySQL workbench. This is the root username, root password is root 123. I have given. I tested here, right? So now what I am going to do is I have to create the database in order to run the code. So first I have to save all. Now what you are going to do is here I am going to run the code. So let's click run. We'll see whether it's any. We'll see whether the table and all things are created or not. Right? Perfect. Right, it's running. Here it's running. Now let's check here your employee database table. It's the employee table here. Employee table. They all things are created. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Go to the database. Here, go to the database. Now here, click on here. Data source. MySQL. So this is the database name. You copy this one. Don't forget it. We have to configure here. Data source. Here I would configure as MySQL. Where's the MySQL? The MySQL. Root is a username. Password is a root 123. It's a password. Database name which is this one. Test connection. Connection succeeds. You will be able to get the message for apply. Perfect. Here your DB configuration is perfectly correctly. Here your table database table and all the column will be created successfully. Now you will be able to add the data, right? So now let's run the query and check it. You have to write the postman and check the. This is a tool where we test through the RESTful API stuff. Let's check. Right now, what is the localhost? What is the server? You have to write localhost 80 82 80 82. That's a request slash. What the API we are given in our controller? This is a API. This is a API. Copy. Paste it. Say employee slash save body. You write the body here form data. Sorry, body row. You write here JSON format. Open and close it. You write it over here simply. Write the simple. You have to copy the same thing. You have to write it over here. What is the name? You have to open and close bracket. What is the names? You have to give and put it here. Fields. The same field you have to write. Employee name, address and mobile. ID should be auto incremented. So here employee name, employee address, name is there, employee address. Third one is a mobile. It's a mobile. So here, right? Employee name, employee address, India, name John, mobile number, something like that. Right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Click send button. Now let's back to the problem is here. Back to here, the controller section. We have a post mapping. That's the problem. So we haven't put the URL. That's the problem. Okay. You have to write post mapping. Okay, this is the important stuff. The path we haven't specified, that's the problem. When the path is coming, save, right? So this API requires /save, it goes to this method and achieve the action, right? That's the thing, it will be the problem, right? Now I'm going to execute again, run the project again, stop and run it. Running. Now let's have a look. Find error. IMPL, because IMPL repo is null. Right, this problem is coming here. We have to write the AutoWare. Then only it will be updated, right? AutoWare, right? You have to throw the AutoWare and you have to stop and run the project again. Right, now let's test it. Now here it's added the record into the database, right? It's perfect. Okay, this record is, so you'll be go here and check the employee here, address, employee name and mobile. It's successfully added. Perfect, right? Here it is added successfully. The simple stuff, I had a problem with the only the AutoWare is missing. Then only the if you have put the AutoWare, if you have, I will show the error, because then only you will learn something, right? Without error you unable to learn. So here the first thing happen is, here we have a AutoWare. The record is, this record is passing the repo. If you implement the AutoWare annotation, then only it will be work. It goes to injected here, right? Okay, that's the thing, it will be happen. That was the error, right? Now let's go to the second one. We have to move into the second one, which is a we already completed the save part. We have to go to the view part, right? So view the records. You have to go to the review records. Right. Now let's go to the controller. Control section. We are simply, you have to write a get mapping. The get mapping, you have to write path equal, you have to write get employees, get all employees, get all employee. You have to write the method public list. This one should be this one, employee DTO, employee DTO. You write get all employee. Now here I am going to write the list. So write the customer DTO, what is a employee DTO. So to all the data we have to load it. So all employees equal employee service dot get all employees, get all the employee, right? Perfect. Now what you are going to do is, you have to make a return all employees. You have to return all the employees. That's the stuff you have to do it, right? Now what you are going to do is, this method you have to create on the employee service class. So click on this, create a method, right? Here it will be created. Now one problem, you have to click on this one, you have to implement this one, implement the method. Click on here, implement it, right? It will be implemented successfully. Now what you are going to do is, you have to implement it. Now let's go here. We have to write it here as we have to write the list to find the records, right? So list employee get employees, employee get employees, employees equal employee repo dot find all. This method is inside the repo, right? The find all. After that, we have to find all the records. We have to write another thing is we have to create another list customer DTO, sorry, employee DTO, employee DTO list equal new, you get the array list, right. That's the thing you have to write. After that, what you are going to do is you have to write the for loop. For you have to write employee, you have to create the object E colon get employees, open and close bracket. Here what you are going to do is you have to write employee DTO equal new employee DTO. Here you write here you have to write this one, this object E, this object employee, this way employee entity, create the object this one, this object employee details we are record is coming by other entity, so it's a DTO, you are passing it into DTO, so DTO object, so E dot get employee ID, or we have to at the get the employee information, we get all the fields, employee ID, employee name, comma E get employee address, comma E get mobile, we get all the fields, right. After that we have to write here as employee DTO dot add, sorry, employee DTO dot add employee DTO list, sorry, employee DTO list, here employee DTO list, it has add function, here you have to add the customer DTO, employee DTO, that's the thing you have to write, that's it, that's the thing you have to write. And after that we have to return the customer DTO list, that's it, that's the thing you have to write, simple, right, perfect, this is the thing you have to write, okay, that's the thing you have to write, perfect, right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. First we have a flow, when you request the when the request is coming get all, okay, data is coming get it to the employee DTO, so here we have to create the list employee DTO, employees means this is the object you have created, it getting to the employee service, call the get all function, it goes to the implementation, we have to implement the get all, it will be calling to the EMPL, here we have to load all the things, get the record by other entities, because entity is the path we are communicating with the database, right, so it will be getting the data, right. Now let's check. Just learning, successfully. Now let's check, it's a get request, not a post request, a get request, employee get all employees, you check it whether it's correct or not, get all, what's the request we are setting to here, get all employees, like this, right. Now let's click send button here, but right, the perfect that thing is let's check let's check it on the database, right, the record is not there, because once you add the record, what you're going to do is you have to make this one application properties, we have to make it as this one as update, right. So let's see, right, now here this one I'm going to add the record, create this here, once you run the project, at the first time only we have to create the database and all, after that we no need to create database, you have to click update, then only it will be update the record, right, here JP Hibernate update, now you will be able to see, now I'm going to add the record, right, so go to the postman, post request, save, click, record is saved, I'm going to save another record, Peter India some phone number, click save, Peter is saved. Now I am going to get the records, get all, here get all employees, get all employee, not get all employee, get all employees. Where's the URL? Get all employees. The URL is a problem, that's why. Get all employee, click on send in button. Here all the information details will be displayed here. Here first one should be employee John, India, and all things are displayed perfectly well. Right, now the get all function is working perfectly well. Now I am going to do the update part. Now this complete Control C to copy, Control V to paste below. Here I am going to do the update part. Now I am going to go to the update part. We'll check the update part as well. So here I am going to create a function which is a path. When the request is coming here, we'll be here to write it here as for this of put mapping. Okay, here we are get mapping. Here this one should be the put mapping. You write put mapping. Put mapping path. You write here slash update. When the URL is coming slash update, it's a put mapping. It's a put mapping, right? Now here write here as the string, the same thing. You copy this one, here paste it over here string. Here this one should be this update employee. Request employee saved DTO mean this is an update DTO. Update DTO. This is employee DTO. Here the update DTO. Okay, the update DTO class we have to import it here. Alt. What is the problem? Employee. Right. It's update. Update DTO. Right. So employee update DTO. Right. You have to, again you have to write here this one also employee update DTO. Employee update DTO. Right. Okay, this is class you have to import it. Alt. Enter key. Why the problem? Sorry, employee update DTO. Right, perfect. It's working perfectly well. Now what you are going to do is we have to class employee DTO. The object also we have to it is defaultly created. Right. Now what you are going to do is update employee update DTO. After that we have to same thing. Paste it over here. What you are did in the save part. Employee service, this one should be the update employee. Update employee. You have to call it here, copy and paste it over here. Right. Now you have to create the method update employees. Right. So click on this, create a method and service class apply update it. Here click on this one, implement the methods. Right. You have to implement it. Perfect. We have did the things perfect. Now let's go below. Now what you are going to do is you have to write the update codes. First you have to see whether the record is exists in the database. This ID is exists in the database, you have to check it. Then only it will be update the record. We have to check. This is a professional way to do it. First, if employee repo, this is a part which will be communicate with the database. Okay, repo. It's a query checking. We have to write query checking. Okay, in our core Java we have tested like this. Select ID where select ID with the table custom employees where employee ID equal it is exist or not, we have check. Here in Spring Boot we have to write like this. It's repo, we have to write the exist by ID. There will be the predefined function is there. We'll be checking whether it's working or not. Right. So the data update, what the records are coming here, get update DTO. Now here you can notice that if you are press dot, there is no get properties not show here, because if you are go to the employee update DTO, nothing we have written here. So here this DTO we have get the records via the DTO. So here this is the simple stuff. We have to implement this all things to here. Now here in update part we need all the things in ID and everything. So here this ID and everything are there. So we have to get them all things to update part. So we, instead of writing, you just copy all the things from the DTO. Copy it. This DTO you have to paste it over here. Because we need the ID for update the records. Okay, this one should be employee update DTO. You have to make the name. This is update DTO. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Now let's go to the IMPL. dot. Now here you can get it. Here you can get all the things that you can retrieve. Okay, now here you can see all things you will be able to see for update. Right. So how to update? Get employee ID. Get the employee ID. So write open and close curly bracket. Here I am going to write the employee entity equal employee. Here we have to write the employee repo. Employee repo dot get by ID. You have to get by ID. You have to write here customer DTO, update DTO, customer update DTO dot get customer ID. Right, you have to check whether the customer is available or not. If the customer is exists, then only we have to update the record. You have to find it here. If it is exists, now what you are going to do is you have to write the update things. So we have to write the update things. So we have to write the set the update things. You have to write here this employee dot set employee name. You have to write here customer update data DTO dot get customer update dot, sorry, not this one, dot get employee name. You have set it like this. The same thing you have set the address as well. Copied, sorry, here you have to write like this employee dot set address. You have to write employee update DTO dot get employee address. After that you have to write employee dot set mobile employee DTO update DTO dot get mobile. You have to write like this. After that you have to write the employee repo dot save, not away, save the existing record you have saved. Okay, so you have to write employee. We don't want to write the update method, you have to save method. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Else, okay, if the ID is not found, anything else, you have to write the message as your system dot out dot println employee ID not found, employee ID not found. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. You have to write return null. That's it. Simple stuff. That's how you have to update the record. Now let's check it whether it's working fine or not. It's working. Go to the postman and check it. When the record is coming, go to the control and check it. The record is coming. Update slash update here can the record is slash update. We have to update the record of Peter. Let me see Peter. This is ID. I'm going to update. Right. This one is a post request. So no, put request. The update means a put request. ID is a Peter James. Name change it as. This one should be USA. Phone number something like that. You have to change it. Now let's click send. Here it's 1 min. It will be updated successfully. Now let's back to our table. You have to refresh them. Here Peter James has been updated successfully. Right. Perfect. Now the update task we are completed. Now let's go to the delete action. So go to the employee controller. So I'm going to go to the delete action method. I'm going to do the delete action method. So let me see. Right. So first what I'm going to do is here I'm going to go to the same thing. I just copy and paste it here. Here this one should be there, not put. This one should be, I have changed it as a delete mapping. Right, delete mapping. Delete mapping. Right. It's a path delete. Here update delete employee. Delete employee. Here path variable. We have to write this one. We have to get rid of these lines. We have to write path variable. Path. So write this one should be the path variable. You have to write path variable, path variable, path variable. You have to path variable. You have to write value equal id int id. Right. Now what you are going to do is here, you have to test as a boolean. So write boolean delete employee here you have to write here as employee service dot delete employee. How to delete the records? Get the ID and delete the record. Okay, right? What is the ID you are defining here? So get the ID and delete the record, employee record. That's the thing you have to do it. Right. Now what you are going to do is here we have to create the, after that you have to create here as return deleted. You have to write return the message which is deleted. Right. Now click on this, implement this method in the service. MPL you have to implement the method. Right. So here we have to write the action of delete. Right. You have to make a delete function. Right. So here click on this. Right. Here what you are going to do is here I am going to go to the same thing. You have to check it. The repo, the same thing, check it. First you have to check it whether the ID is available or not. Right? We have to check the same thing here. So here with this all things we don't need them. Only we get the ID only. So ID only we are getting. Right? Exists by ID. If the ID is there in the repo, the person's ID is available is there in the repo. What you are going to do is you have to write customer repo dot delete by ID. Delete by ID. What's the ID you are receiving? That's it. Else employee ID not found. You have to write return true. Right. That's it. Now let's run and check. Alright, here the delete. You miss it the colon mark. That's why it's take there. Right. Now again here run the program and check it. Right, it's running. Now let's go. This line we don't need them. This all things we don't need them. We have to go to the none. This one should be the delete request. Now here we have to set the ID here when the request is coming delete here delete request. Now what you are going to do is here I am going to check it /1 click send button. Okay, let's back to here. The problem is here the slash you have to write like this, then only you will be able to delete the record. Here ID you have to specify the ID. Here ID, then what's the ID slash you are typing, then only we have to, the URL is a problem. Right, now that's the error it will be coming. Right, now let's run, let's check whether it's running. Right, it's running. Right, okay, you have to wait until JVM is running. After that you have to check. Now you have to write delete request. Here record is deleted. Right, now perfect, now it's working perfect. Now let's go and check the database. Here if you go to the table employee, it's deleted. Perfect. I hope you guys understood the CRUD application using Spring Boot well. We'll start the Angular application for this project.